that one awesome PlayStation trophy in LEGO Avengers on PS4 is the Startling Metamorphosis trophy. So, when going for the 100% in LEGO Marvel Avengers for getting everything in the game, one of the last things I had left to do was clear the hub world area for Manhattan, which was the biggest map in the game, and this meant having to do things like boss battles on rooftops, races, as well as other missions for certain people to unlock new characters. And then there was also all of those gold bricks that we had to get by using various different Avengers and their abilities in order to solve mini puzzles in order to be rewarded with the gold bricks or a character or vehicle token. And these were pretty cool, to be fair. My favourite bits of the game were the open world and just mopping up all of these collectibles weirdly, and there was nothing going to stand in the way of my 100% completion and the platinum trophy. And as I was flying through New York and clearing out the area of all the collectibles, I eventually stumbled across a character that would catch me off guard, because it was just a normal looking security guard until I spoke to him and realised that it was none other than Lou Ferrigno, who some of the older viewers may know is the guy who played the actual Hulk monster in the Incredible Hulk TV show back in the day. Now, I used to watch that as a kid, the reruns of it on telly, and it was an absolutely cool show, and he was an absolute beast. So, when you speak to him, he asks you to accept a mission, and well, to be honest, I wasn't going to hesitate because...
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
So I quickly pressed yes and accepted the mission out of fear of him turning angry and starting on me. And he would give me a mission where I had to take him to a certain place in New York. And this basically meant just finding a vehicle, taking it, and then driving up to him and picking him up and taking him where he wanted to go. And that does sound rather dull, but the awkward and crap controls of the vehicle handling made it quite funny, because this shit is hard to control for a kid's game. You can press right and nothing will happen, and then when you hold it down after a second or two, all of a sudden it will just swing wildly to the left or right, and it really does take a bit of getting used to driving through the city in these vehicles, because I was just so used to just flying around or web slinging. So after driving around and causing quite a bit of damage to New York, I eventually got good old Lou where he needed to go, thus completing the mission and him rewarding me with a character token.
My eyebrow stylist here, and he's crazy when it comes to being punctual. And the last thing I want is to be walking around with unkept eyebrows.
Now, I know Lou Ferrigno did make a cameo appearance as a security guard alongside Stan Lee in one of the Marvel films. It might even have been Ultron, thinking about it. But this still caught me off guard, to be fair, and I wasn't really expecting a cameo like this. And it's just a nice little Easter egg and a nice little touch by the developers of the games to include him. The fact that he's actually providing the voice to the character as well just makes it all the more special, and I think the developers knew this because his missions are like a multi-arc mission set. So as I was flying around New York some more, I noticed another purple dot, and as I flew to it, it was Lou with another mission for me, and this time he wanted me to help get people to court to be able to continue with the case, because Lou, who was doing security there at one point, got a bit angry one day, and I think he turned into the big green fella, so a lot of the jury just panicked and legged it. So you basically just have to go around New York where the locations are on the radar and just round them all up basically and bring them back to Lou. And once you've done that, you'll complete the mission and be rewarded with another character. This time we get a classic version of Ant-Man, and he can increase in size, and it's just a really cool bonus to get. And the fun doesn't stop there, to be honest, because there's another mission with Lou a bit later on once you find him in the city. So with this one, we have to find Lou some new clothes because all his shirts have holes in, and he doesn't seem to know why, because he just thinks moths are eating them or something. So there's a little bit of a joke there, and I kind of like that. These missions themselves are kind of just basic missions. Lego games don't have great missions in the open world. There are a lot of times just like fetch quests where you just shoot things, but they're never really that deep. So this one basically just involves you flying around to certain shops and locations in the city and picking up a bunch of like Hawaiian shirts. You have to get 10 in total, and to be fair, there's a few in one side of the city and then the far other side of the city, so it's a bit of a ball ache flying around. But I don't know, there was just something about this one. I just enjoyed these missions and seeing Lou Ferrigno. I think it was just the actor himself, because I liked the TV show back in the day, so it kind of got a little bit of a pass that I enjoyed doing the missions for him because I liked that guy and I always thought he was pretty cool. And he seemed to like the Hulk show and really appreciate it. So after gathering all the 10 bits of clothes, you then go back and give them to Lou, and he thanks you and gives you another character.
Come to work tomorrow, wearing that incredible Hulk costume I got for Halloween.
So this time we are rewarded with Speed. Now, I've never heard of this character before, but he's basically just a Quicksilver type character who can run really fast, so that's pretty cool. So I eventually found Lou again in Central Park this time, and he had one final mission for me. 2 Hulks are better than one. And it's here where he wants a selfie with the Hulk, but this is like this bear that's in the park. For some reason there's a bear, so we need our help to get rid of the bear before he can get his selfie with the big green Hulk. So as soon as you stop talking to him, this bear just comes out of nowhere and just starts attacking you. And luckily I was playing as the Iron Patriot, so I could just blast him with rockets, but he still kept coming at me. And you don't actually kill the bear, you just sort of daze it and then it becomes friendly. So after that, Lou is waiting for us to give him a selfie with the Hulk. So it's basically just a case of transforming yourself into Bruce Banner and then turning into the Hulk. And I went with I think it's the Age of Ultron version. And as soon as you go up to him and press circle, he will do a selfie with the Hulk. And I thought that was really cool. And that's it, basically. That's the mission over. And you've done the whole of Lou Ferrigno's storyline there within the game. But that rewards you with the Lou Ferrigno character, which then, in turn, will help us get the Startling Metamorphosis trophy, because we need to transform Lou into Hulk. So I was thinking, oh, that's going to be so cool. I wonder what it would look like. So I quickly brought the character and turned into him and then tried to transform. And look at this. He just spray paints himself green. I think that is brilliant. Such a nice little touch. And as soon as I turned into the Hulk, the trophy popped up. And that, for me, was just one of the cooler moments with a trophy in the game. It's just cool, such a nice touch, and an unexpected cameo in the actual game. And I just really appreciated seeing him and hearing him in the game. Just a very cool touch. That is why that is my awesome trophy in LEGO Avengers, man. It just rocks. And he's quite a cool character to use as well, because it's not like the normal Hulk, because he's just a normal size. But it's pretty cool. And now I've got both Lou Ferrigno and Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk next to each other. The universes collide, hey. And one of the coolest things about it is when you transform back into Lou, Stan Lee comes out and just sprays you with water to wash you. Awesome.
Super Beanie Man Gaming. He's got his beanie on. He switched the console on. It's just a game, so why's he getting so pissed off? He's playing shitty games, the ones he seems to hate. Game over again. Okay, let's give this one more try. Super Beanie